And now, introducing the Juvenile Chupacabra radio play, produced and performed by the staff and students at the JF.
This is Don Burton. I'm one of the deputy probation officers assigned to the Ventura County Juvenile Hall, better known to county residents as the JF, short for Juvenile Facilities. I'm also the narrator in this story. Our juvenile hall is state-of-the-art. It's basically a series of 11 newly construction buildings on 45 acres of land, all nestled next to the Santa Clara River of Ventura County. Any institution of this size has its share of fantastic stories, incredible acts of kindness, and tales of sadness. Such is true with the JF. If you're somewhat familiar with the JF, then you've heard rumors about the juvenile hall Chupacabra, but most of what you've heard has probably been a fictional story or has been misconstrued from actual events. I'm going to provide you with the real story of the Chupacabra. Yes, the Chupacabra is very real. Keep an open mind as you listen to our encounter with the beast, and soon you will be believers too. It all began May 2010, shortly after midnight. CSO3 Rebecca Jimenez approached me in the program administration building.
Hey Don, I'm going to walk the JF perimeter. Do you want to go too?
Oh, why not? It's almost 1 a.m. and I need to do something that will wake me up. Are we going to take the cart?
Didn't you hear me? I said I was going to go walk the perimeter.
Okay. I need the exercise. Let's go.
Do you want to go out by Anacapa or the other route by Balcom?
Let's take the quick exit and go out to Anacapa.
It's kind of cold out here for this time of the year.
Sure is. I should have grabbed my jacket.
Did you hear that? Get your pepper spray out. We might be coming up on a feral animal.
You never know. It could be a wabbit bunny wabbit out to attack us. Oh, crap. It sounds so close, and it sounds like a dog. Maybe a coyote.
Why are you spraying your can here? That animal must be 30 yards away.
I just want that varmint to know we mean business.
Central, can you place the camera on the fence near Santa Rosa? We can hear animal noises from that area.
10-4, the camera is in position. Rebecca, I see some movement in the reflection of eyes. Yes, it's some kind of small animal going under the perimeter fence. It looks like it's going towards the river.
I see it. It's digging under the fence.
Oh, man! Did you see those teeth? Was that a dog or a possum? That sucker sure can run fast. There's no way a possum can go that fast or dig under a fence like that thing did.
It had some gnarly teeth, almost like teeth of a shark. I've never seen anything like that before. Look at that area under the fence. Is that blood?
It is blood. And there's more blood over here. And 2 dead rabbits. Wait a minute. These rabbits are nothing but a sack of bones. Rebecca, it looks like the blood has been drained out of both of those rabbits. What kind of animal does that?
Let's go into Santa Rosa and get some biohazard bags for the dead rabbits. I think we better let someone investigate this thing.
Great idea. Here's a red biohazard bag and a small shovel. I don't mind going out there again just as long as someone stays nearby while I shovel them in the bag. Where can I place this bag of dead rabbits?
Here, place them here in the recreation yard of Santa Rosa. I will leave a message for Angie Behar to look into this when she comes in on shift at 6 a.m.
Sure thing. These rabbits are already stinky. I'll drop them here. At approximately 9 a.m. near Central Control at the JF, Angie Behar brings the bag of lifeless rabbits into the hallway near medical, and she stops to talk to the nurses.
Hi, Angie. What do you have in that bag?
Mary, what kind of animal killed these rabbits?
What are you doing? You can't bring dead animals so close to the medical unit. That's disgusting and unsanitary.
What's going on? What is that awful smell?
Sorry, Shirley. The smell is from this bag. It's 2 dead rabbits that, according to the midnight shift, some strange animal attacked them and drained the blood from them.
Yuck! I am not a rabbit expert. Call animal control and get that bag away from here. We don't need that thing anywhere near our medical unit. Animal control can tell you what kind of animal you're dealing with, but call them quickly before those rabbits decompose even more. Whew, they stink.
Hello? Animal control?
Animal control, this is Officer Bob Wiesma.
Can you send someone out to the juvenile hall? We're having problems with some kind of wild animal straying onto our property and killing the rabbits. You should see these rabbits. It looks like blood has been completely drained from them.
We've been getting a lot of crazy reports like that. We'll send over an officer and a specialist right away. Our people will want to make an inspection of those rabbits. Please keep them stored on site. What's your street address?
The juvenile hall is at 4333 Vineyard in Oxnard. Tell your officer to report to the lobby and ask for the watch commander, Officer Scharf. I guess I better call Officer Scharf and tell her that animal control will be calling her soon. Officer Scharf, what's your 2421?
I'm at Wheeler 5629. Hi, Angie.
Officer Scharf, an officer from Animal Control will be coming by in just a little bit to talk to you about a wild animal that has been attacking rabbits on our JF property.
Are you serious? You mean like a coyote or something?
I guess so. We'll know more when Animal Control gets here. I'll meet up with you when he arrives.
Okay.
At approximately 1 p.m., Animal Control Officer Bob Wisma and his associate arrived to consult with Supervisor Scharf.
Officer Scharf, this is the officer with Animal Control, Bob Wisma, and his associate is Dr. Conrad McMurray from County Health. Gentlemen, this is Officer Scharf.
Hello. Why the county health department? Is there an outbreak of diseased animals attacking rabbits?
Not a diseased animal, but if my suspicions are correct, we could be dealing with a dangerous one.
We've been getting similar reports of animal attacks in Piru, Fillmore, Santa Paula, and on the outskirts of both Oxnard and Ventura. Where in this facility you've stored the remains of those rabbits? The doctor needs to inspect them.
They're in a biohazard bag inside the unit exercise yard in Santa Rosa.
Okay, I'll escort you there.
I have to get back to my desk. I have real work to do.
Here we are. Oh, that stuff grosses me out. I'll just stand back and let you make your examination.
Let's see, where are my gloves? Here they are. You see these small marks here and a section of skin that is missing? This is a Chupacabra attack.
I'm sorry. Did you say Chupacabra? Are you crazy? There is no such thing.
Oh, at times I wish that were true, but I'm afraid they are quite real. We try to suppress the information about the Chupacabra from the general public because we do not want to start a panic. That you don't believe in them means we are good at our job. It is very rare to witness a Chupacabra. My predecessor, Cal Remington, discovered a roost of Chupacabra inside a cave near Piru in 1991. He went back to the roost with more equipment, but when he returned, he discovered they had died from poisoning. He never found another Chupacabra, and now I hear he's doing some other kind of work somewhere in L.A. The Chupacabra seemed to disappear off the map after extensive spraying of the insecticide malathion in 91 and 2002. It turns out that malathion is very poisonous to the Chupacabra.
Malathion? The chemical used to stop the medfly infestation?
Yes. The insecticide alters an enzyme inside the Chupacabra, killing it within a matter of minutes. I have a theory Chupacabra hunt in packs, with the alpha male searching and attacking.
I'm sorry, Doctor, but this sounds like hogwash to me.
Mr. Wisma, please show Ms. Scharf the photographs.
Here are the photographs, Ms. Scharf, but I warn you, it's not a pretty sight.
Oh my! This is a Chupacabra? Ugh, it's horrible looking. It looks like a large bat with 4 muscular legs. Oh God, look at those teeth. They look sharp as razors. Is this for real? Are you guys putting me on?
No, it's very real. Yes, it is like a bat. Its DNA is very similar to the vampire bat of South America. The black and white photographs were taken by Remington in 91. His photographs clearly showed that the Chupacabra hang upside down in a roost, just like bats do. I captured 2 specimens in 2002. Unfortunately, we have not been able to keep them alive in captivity for more than 3 days. We know a lot about the Chupacabra, but there are many more mysteries to solve. I have this video on my tablet of the Chupacabra's South American cousin, the vampire bat.
With a small computer device, the doctor starts a YouTube movie of the vampire bat. The video shows the bat literally walking towards a cow, using the bottom of its bat wings as legs. The bat takes a bite of skin from the sleeping cow. The cow twitches its leg just a little, and the bat hops back at the same time. The bat then spits out the skin of the cow, moves its head toward the bleeding wound, and begins lapping up the blood of the cow with its tongue. The bat then takes its fill of blood and flies away.
There you have it, the feeding cycle of the vampire bat. Much like the bat, the Chupacabra only hunts at night and will only select victims as they sleep. Unlike the vampire bat, the Chupacabra has eyesight, walks on 4 legs, is masterful at camouflage, and has a bigger appetite for blood. We have been dealing with Chupacabra sightings for the last 20 years in this county. Although constant malathion spraying has reduced their numbers, somehow they have returned once again.
I'm sorry if I sound like a skeptic, Doctor, but there must be another explanation for what happened to those rabbits. Besides, my uncle used to tell me stories about the Chupacabra being in Mexico, except it was much larger and walked on 2 legs.
Trust me, the true account of the Chupacabra has and will always be altered. Too many people would panic if they knew the truth. The Chupacabra is smaller than most domestic dogs, only moves during the night, and can run almost as fast as a horse. It has a very light bone structure, much like a rat, and it can squeeze under the smallest of spaces. Worst of all, once a Chupacabra has found a blood source on your property, it will return for more victims.
You mean it will hunt for more rabbits?
Yes, it will hunt for rabbits and more. The Chupacabra will hunt for anything with warm blood.
Our kids at the JF? Do you mean our residents are in danger?
Your juvenile hall residents won't be in danger if we take the right measures. Let me see the scene where your officers found the remains of those rabbits, and that way I will know for sure if we have a Chupacabra threat.
Officer Jimenez was there during the discovery of the rabbits. Meet her here at 10 p.m. and she can provide you with the exact location.
I'll come back with my colleague, and perhaps, with a little luck, we will trap a Chupacabra tonight.
At approximately 10:15 p.m., Dr. McMurray and his associate meet with CSO3 Jimenez at the South Gate entrance. Driving a county golf cart, Rebecca leads the way to where they found the dead rabbits.
This is the place where the animal went under the fence. You can see small blood stains on the ground. Over there, where the grasses died, is where we found the dead rabbits.
Quickly, gather a soil sample in the area of that dead grass. Yes, get some soil samples near this blood stain, too. Tag those samples for DNA analysis.
Yes, sir.
Doctor, what are you doing? Why would you want to smell the dead grass?
Don't you smell it? I smell a very strong odor of urine in the same area where you found those dead rabbits. This is a sure sign that a Chupacabra has been here.
I'm sorry, Doctor. Perhaps a coyote, a possum, or a bunch of rabbits could have urinated there. I'm a grown woman. I refuse to believe this Chupacabra malarkey.
Perhaps other animals could have urinated there, but the mixture of bloodstains near such a strong stench of urine suggests that it is more likely a Chupacabra. You see, the Chupacabra will expel an equal amount of urine as it consumes in blood to stay at peak fighting weight. With any luck, we will capture a Chupacabra tonight.
Dr. McMurray's assistant brings a snare device from the back of the truck and begins setting it up directly in the path where the creature had crawled under the fence one day earlier. Rebecca leaves them to their work and heads back to the administration building.
Happy hunting, Doctor. I have to attend to other duties.
45 minutes later, the trap is sprung and an animal is making a shrilling sound.
Quickly! You must place it in the cage! Miss Jimenez, you have just returned in time!
Doctor, what's going on over there?
Here, Ms. Jimenez is our recent catch of a Chupacabra. You are quite safe. This cage is made of solid titanium. Come, take a look.
The cage seems to glisten under the beam of headlights. Curled in the back corner of the cage is a black and brown mound of a creature breathing rapidly.
That doesn't look like the same animal that we saw the other night.
As if on cue, the Chupacabra uncurls from the corner of the cage, seeming to triple in size. The end of its snout is pressed hard against the wire mesh, pushing its whiskers beyond the metal wires. The Chupacabra takes in the view of all the people surrounding the cage and makes a low, menacing, growling noise. It sniffs the air, and it stands taller. It bares its razor-sharp teeth and makes an attempt of crashing through the top of the cage, resulting in a loud thud.
Okay, that's it. That's the animal we encountered. Oh my God, they do exist. Chupacabra is very real. Watch Commander, what's your 2421?
Heading to booking in 2.
Can you meet me in the perimeter fence near Santa Rosa?
We have a fresh booking, but I'll get there as soon as I can.
Here is how we will capture more of the creatures. I've just given the rabbit an injection of propofol. We will drop the rabbit in the Chupacabra's cage, whereupon the Chupacabra will soon feast on its blood. If my theory proves true, this Chupacabra will make a high-frequency noise, alerting others of his breed to join him in the feast.
Doctor, what do you intend to do with the Chupacabras?
I want to catch as many as possible and place transmitter devices on them, so they will lead me to their roosting spot. I would like to study them in their environment. There is so much that we do not know about these fine specimens. We need to find their roost before it rains heavily. This may be my last chance to study these magnificent creatures.
Don't birds roost?
Yes, they do. Roosting animals sleep together for greater protection, warmth, and to forage for food. In this case, the Chupacabra alerts others where there is a fresh blood supply, probably by a special calling sound. There could be hundreds of Chupacabras in a roost.
The Chupacabra starts making noises as it stares out from its cage. The doctor's assistant unlocks a partition in the cage and drops the rabbit inside, but the Chupacabra refuses the meal. The Chupacabra circles once like a dog and lies down in the opposite corner of the cage, ignoring the rabbit.
I don't understand. The rabbit is sedated and is already sleeping, but the Chupacabra just stares out into the darkness.
How can you tell the rabbit is sleeping? Its eyes are wide open.
Its nose is not twitching. Rabbits can sleep with their eyes open. When the nose is not twitching, it's asleep. I don't understand. The Chupacabra should be attacking this rabbit.
Doctor, it's starting to rain. Should we try this again tomorrow?
We can handle this light rain. It would have to be a downpour of rain to chase us away tonight.
At this very moment, there's a chirping sound on Rebecca's radio.
Level 1 in Wheeler 3-4. Level 1 in Wheeler 3-4.
That's a duress call.
Level 2 in Wheeler 3-4.
I've got to respond.
Three corrections officers converge at the end of the hallway leading to Wheeler. Officers Polonaise and Jimenez reach to the door in Wheeler 4. As they arrive, they see Officer Zimpelman on the upstairs tier of Wheeler 4, pointing downstairs.
Down there.
We're down here. Did a kid jump?
No, rats. We have rats. They came out from underneath the door and jumped downstairs. They're down there somewhere.
Start over. Tell me what happened.
I was conducting a head count and I started hearing strange noises in room 307, which should have been empty. I shined my flashlight and all I could see were those beady-eyed rats slurping water from the floor. I'm sorry for hitting my dress and calling a level 2. I never encountered rats in here before. They slid under the door. One of them ran into my leg.
I bet they're just field mice coming in from the damp weather.
Yeah, probably mice.
What is your status?
We are code 4.
I'm going upstairs to room 307. There are sandals next to that door. Whose room is this, and where is he?
Juan Jamal has that room. He buzzed down to the front desk 20 minutes ago and said that he had picked his nose and couldn't get it to stop bleeding. He's in medical.
There's blood on the floor of this room. They were drinking blood. Those aren't rats. They're chupacabras.
This is Central, returning 1 from medical. Do you copy?
Copy that. Hey, do you think you can make a sweep of both day rooms for those nasty things? I'm not comfortable being alone in here with them running about.
Sure thing.
I hear noises coming from the classroom. It's a ratacubra! A ratacubra! Officer Polonaise goes into action and sprays the Chupacabra with her pepper spray, hitting it directly in the face. The Chupacabra is blinded. It runs a zigzag pattern directly into the day room of Wheeler 3, then collapses to death on the floor. The other Chupacabra screams as it darts out of the classroom, runs out in the Wheeler hallway, and is about to make its escape into the exterior hallway when Juan Jamal blocks its path. The Chupacabra tries to squeeze through the closing door, but Juan reaches back and purposely pulls the door hard. The door slams on the creature's head and kills it, sending blood across the concrete.
Ew.
Hey, Ms. Zimbelman, you guys have rats in here? Big ones. I cracked that one's head. You need to call an exterminator.
Weren't you scared of that thing?
Nah, I've seen bigger than once in LA.
Officer Polonaise and Lemus place the remains of the dead Chupacabras in a bag. Polonaise quietly explains that they killed a Chupacabra, not a ratacubra. Officer Lemos just smiles and shrugs his shoulders.
Officer Jimenez, what's your 20? I'm at the perimeter fence and there is nothing here. I can see nothing but a torn up empty cage and an unoccupied truck.
Repeat that?
No one is over here. What's going on? Did I miss something?
I'll be right there.
Rebecca arrives at the perimeter fence and is perplexed at what she sees. Rebecca quickly tells Officer Scharf about the doctor catching a Chupacabra and explains that they had killed 2 more in the Wheeler unit. It starts to lightly rain.
Where's Dr. McMurray? What happened to this cage? It looks like it's been pried open from the top. Officer Sharp, look, the brake lights came on in the doctor's truck.
Officer Sharp shines her flashlight inside the cab of the truck and sees the doctor and his assistant cowering below the dashboard.
Roll down your windows! What's happening to you two?
Oh, thank God you're here. It came from nowhere. It seemed to drop out of the sky. It was large, much larger than any chupacabra we have ever encountered, making it a mega chupacabra.
Mega Chupacabra? What is that?
Oh, excuse me. Mega means it is much larger than standard size. I believe this mega creature is the mother of the chupacabra we had captured, perhaps the mother of hundreds. She did not take kindly to finding one of her offspring inside the cage. It stood on two legs and swiped at us with sharp claws, cutting my shoulder and my assistant's knee. It then grabbed me and tossed me aside like a rag doll, and I weigh over 200 pounds. We made it inside the cab of my truck to save our lives. It ripped the cage apart like it was made of paper. I am classifying the chupacabra as a danger to the community.
Are you okay? Can you walk?
Yes, I believe so. We will need stitches to close these wounds, but we should be okay.
Central, call 911. Tell them we have 2 injured men with lacerations who will be in our medical unit. Alert the nurse that we will be there shortly.
Officer Sharp informs the doctor of the events that occurred earlier in Wheeler and how they managed to kill 2 chupacabras.
I remembered that the chupacabra had to shield its eyes from the headlights of our truck. I believe all the chupacabras have sensitive eyesight. The pepper spray probably sent the creature into toxic shock. Keep more of your lights on around the complex and use motion sensor lights if you can. If you use pepper spray, be sure to aim for the eyes. The weather forecast calls for several days of rain. It's very likely that the chupacabra will move its roost indoors to get away from the rain. You must find their roost, Miss Sharp. You must kill them. Kill them all!
The emergency personnel arrive with 2 gurneys and take both injured men to the hospital. Officer Sharp and Rebecca head towards the administration building.
Do we have cameras with video recordings capabilities at that section of the perimeter fence?
We have cameras, but they're far away, and it will be hard to recognize anything with the rain outside.
Let's review the DVR recordings and see if we can tell what happened to those men.
Officer Sharp and Rebecca searched the video recordings of each of the units, but could find nothing of interest. No strange animals, nothing to match what the doctor saw. The only thing they could barely see through the falling rain was a maintenance worker climbing up the outside service ladder leading to the air conditioners of the multi-purpose gym.
Oh, this is frustrating. We know that a dangerous animal is out there, but we don't know where. You heard what the doctor said. The animal is moving its roost indoors. Call every unit by phone. Tell them we are in lockdown with no movement until daybreak. I'll call Sheriff's Dispatch and make a request for a SWAT team to assist us in the search of the chupacabra's roost.
A group of approximately 20 people meet inside the facility admin building at 1300 hours.
Can you believe what's happening? I don't know what's going on over here. Honestly, goodness gracious, it's just too much stuff.
Officer Sharp discusses the events of the last 2 days to the JF management team. A somewhat injured Dr. McMurray, the JF maintenance staff, and the squad leader of the sheriff's SWAT team are in attendance as advisors. Everyone was in agreement to extend the lockdown. In addition, all agreed to search for the chupacabra's roost in each and every building. The SWAT leader reminded everyone that the fierce wind and rain would make the searching more difficult and may render the chemicals less effective. Officer Sharp talks to Angie Vehar prior to starting her search team's search of the Wheeler unit.
Angie, who was the maintenance man I saw working here last night?
That would have been Charlie. He was here till 10 p.m.
No, not him. Who was the maintenance worker climbing up the service ladder on the outside of the multi-purpose gym? It was about 1 o'clock.
No one from maintenance worked that late. Officer Sharp, you realize that there are no service ladders on the outside of the gym. All access ladders are on the inside of the building.
Quick, let's search the multi-purpose gym first. Rebecca and I reviewed videos earlier this morning, and we observed that we thought there was a maintenance worker going up the side of the building. Of course, that wasn't a man we saw on the video. It was the beast that attacked Dr. McMurray. It crawled up the surface of the building.
The search team meets in front of the multi-purpose gym. Officer Sharp secured the services of 2 maintenance workers, including Charlie, 3 SWAT team members, Dr. McMurray, and 4 probation staff. They decided to use the scissor lift truck to take the 3 team members on the roof and start surveillance of the air conditioner access rooms. They found nothing unusual. The second team entered from the gymnasium door located across from the Wheeler unit. Once again, they found nothing unusual. Both teams met near the entrance of the computer room. Upon opening the door, they could smell an overpowering stench of urine.
Charlie, is there a busted sewer line in there?
No, the sewer lines are on the north side of the building, far away from here. That smell is from something else.
That smell is from the Chupacabra. I'm positive.
Charlie, do you know how we can gain access above this room?
Let me show you. Here, enter this door. This is the first electrical room. There's another electrical room with an access point down this pathway.
Charlie leads the way by walking a narrow ledge that has an access ladder, and he then points near the top of the ladder to a large vent. The SWAT team leader nods in approval. The SWAT leader motions to one of his men and points a V sign at his own eyes, and then makes a circular gesture with his fist. The other SWAT member nods his head and returns with a small drill and a lipstick camera device. On the device, they see the infrared images of the mega Chupacabra surrounded by 12 smaller ones, all hanging upside down like bats in a cave. The second SWAT member goes up the access ladder with 5 canisters of malathion gas, 3 pepper spray foggers, and 2 gas masks. Both the SWAT members don the masks, lift up the bottom of the vent, and toss in all the activated canisters with alternating throws. The 2 SWAT officers used a long crowbar and wedged it against the access ladder to secure their point of attack.
Listen to that noise. I think we got them all. We will wait 2 hours for the vapors to clear, and then we will use the camera device once again to confirm a total kill.
Some 3 hours later, after all the chemical smoke and vapors had dissipated, the SWAT team members deployed their camera device once more inside the vent. Dr. McKinley viewed the carnage and confirmed that all the Chupacabras in the room had met their demise. Just to be sure that there were no more signs of the Chupacabra at the JF, they continued their search of all the units. They found no other signs of the Chupacabra. The maintenance department worked hand in hand with the health department in cleaning up the mound of Chupacabra carcasses left in a pile inside the electrical compartment of the multipurpose gym. Of course, they told all the juveniles at the JF that the gym was closed to rain damage. During the heavy cleaning, one of the maintenance workers noticed that the skylight to the gym roof had been pried loose. He determined that it had been knocked out of position by bringing in all the cleaning equipment. On the 6th day after the attack, the multipurpose gym was open for use again. On the 7th day, during a perimeter check, Angie Vehar found a dead coyote, and it had been drained of blood. On the 8th day, Rebecca Jimenez found a dead cat near Wheeler, and also had been drained of blood. Rebecca noticed that the ground smelled of urine. She also noticed that the rabbits were no longer returning to the recreation yards.
Hello?
Dr. McMurray, I'm afraid that we did not get rid of all the Chupacabras. I found a dead cat an hour ago, and yesterday Angie found a dead coyote. Both have been drained of blood.
I'll be there as soon as possible. Please call the SWAT team again. Now that it is no longer raining, tell them to bring some canine dogs. It could be that the Chupacabras have an alternate roosting spot at the JF.
At the Wheeler Garden, a new search party was organized, consisting of Dr. McMurray, 2 canine handlers, 3 SWAT team members, Officer Scharf, and 3 other probation officers. The team met at the garden area next to Wheeler, where Mrs. Jimenez found the dead cat. This time, the doctor pulled out the shirt he had been wearing when the mega Chupacabra had attacked him. Dr. McMurray held out the shirt until the canine officers assured him that the dogs had an imprint of the scent.
The dogs have the scent, and they are heading toward the courthouse. Let's stay close together and stay ready. Get your keys. Come on, unlock this gate. The dogs are still heading towards the courthouse.
Yes, but they're looking straight up the wall. I see it, a smudge of blood going up the courthouse wall. That smear is leading to the roof.
There is no access inside the building from up here.
What if the creature was using the roofs of all the buildings at the JF to navigate around the complex? By using the rooftops, it could easily pounce on its prey. Where is the next grass field near this courthouse where rabbits would feed?
I know that area. It's to the right of the front entrance of the courthouse. Oh, I get it. You want to see if the dogs can pick up the scent in that area.
Yes, indeed.
Here we are. Look, the dogs have picked up the scent again.
So close to this road.
Dr. McMurray starts staring off at the far corner of the JF property.
What is that building? There, in the distance. Is that a house?
That is the original farmhouse for all this property. It's condemned. No one should go near it. There's only a small portion of it still standing. You don't suppose it is a roosting spot, do you?
Any dark place will do for a roosting spot. That is probably the perfect hiding place for the Chupacabra.
Keep the canines in the courthouse parking lot. I'll lead 3 through the front door.
Only the center of the house is standing, and the remainder of the house is in shambles. The SWAT leader chooses his 2 men to accompany him, and he slowly opens the front door, which seems very frail. Although it's not quite dark outside, they each pull out powerful flashlights to conduct a thorough search of the interior. Suddenly, the team leader emerges with his two companions.
Nothing. We found nothing but a dead rabbit inside. It looks like the Chupacabra was once there, but not anymore.
The SWAT leader motions the canine officers to return to their location.
Dogs seem to have located something in the back property of this house. Is there a basement to this house?
No. It is here. I smell the same odor of urine.
Oh, is that the same smell?
Bomb shelter?
No, the only thing back there is a large swimming pool, but it's been covered over with a tarp and boards. Look, those boards are moving.
The mega Chupacabra comes leaping out from underneath a pile of wood at the end of the pool. Growling and with its sharp teeth exposed, it leaps directly at the barking dogs.
I don't think so.
The mega Chupacabra falls through the wood and into the pool with a resounding crash. Without hesitation, Dr. McMurray throws in a flare. The tarp catches fire, and the Chupacabra covers its eyes while making a horrible scream. 6 smaller Chupacabras try to scramble away, but they are only met with 4 more flares. The fire spreads to the ranch house, and soon the smoke billows tall enough that the traffic begins to come to a crawl on Vineyard Avenue.
Now there is our total kill.
I better call the fire department before this thing spreads any further. Central Control, can you contact the fire department?
We've been monitoring your movement by camera and could see the fire. The fire department is already on its way.
Well, Dr. McMurray, this has been quite an adventure. I'm glad it's the end of them.
Maybe. Who knows what will show up in the next 10 years or so?
A total of 3 large fire trucks surrounded the burning ranch house. Within 2 hours, nothing was left but an igloo-shaped mound of glowing amber and an occasional wisp of white smoke. Immediately after the fire, the county issued a press release saying that the fire had been pre-planned as a training exercise for the fire department. But you know the real story. It's been a few years since our encounter with those demons, but we still remain vigilant. We've installed motion detector lights around the facility, shine bright lights in the rooms at night, and, most of all, we carry pepper spray with us at all times. At least, I think we've had no other sightings.
Central Control, I found another dead rabbit near the perimeter fence.
Copy that. The new protocol is to toss them over the fence like all the others and let the wild animals dispose of them.
10-4.